3 others to go with it was pretty upsetting in my mind. I thought I was going to break a couple of rods, but we ended up catching one last minute, and it helped out. So it's kind of a neat deal. As far as that goes, that's how our tournaments have been. And I fished one tournament, we fished right next to the ramp. The next tournament, we fished up in the river, and another tournament, we fished mid-lake. So I don't think you could just go to one spot and just sit there and win. I think you got to go around and just have different areas and fish the conditions. I've done really well twice when the moon was out, and I did mediocre when the moon wasn't out. So I like that place when the moon's out. That's usually when I feel like I do the best. So as far as everything else, I took my son to Lake Mead, and if you guys can bear the heat, that's probably some of the funnest fishing that I've done in a long time. My son's 13 now, going to be 14 next month, and holy cow! I mean, we caught. If we went more than 10 minutes without catching a fish, it was because we were swimming or we were driving the boat. I mean, it was just that fun, and it was slick calm, so there's no wind. It was hot as could be. We started catching them on topwater, stripers. We caught all stripers, and then I switched over to a swim bait just so that a single hook bait, so I could unhook it and get the bait out there faster to catch more fish. Otherwise, we could have caught them all on topwater, and it was fun. It was way too dangerous for Fisher because he'd flip in the boat and they'd just like flop hooks all around beside our feet, and it got a little dangerous after the first 25 or something. So, but then we went fishing for largemouth and smallmouth. We caught a handful of those, and then we drove home. So that was a pretty good time. Other lakes that we've been fishing lately, Bartlett, obviously a big one. Pleasant, I haven't been fishing there too much lately. It's hot, so I don't get a ton of trips going out right now just because it is so hot. But the trips that we're doing, we start at 5 o'clock in the morning, you're done by 9 or 9:30, so it works out really well. And a lot of times your boss doesn't even know you're gone because you're back to the work by 9:30, 9:45. That really helps out a lot. But the morning trips that we've been doing at Saguaro and Canyon have been pretty good. I did a night trip last night at Saguaro, and it was a little bit tough. I knew it was going to be tough when we first got there. They weren't moving a lot of water, and I told them, I said, you guys might as well just go swimming and drink beer if you want until the last hour and a half, and then you can go fishing. And I was joking, but I was serious because the last hour we caught like 6 fish in one spot, and there was 2 of them were 5-pounders, one was a 4, the other was a 3. I mean, we caught them so good, but it's all about being in one spot, the right spot, and when the current comes on at that lake, it's just unbelievable. So I don't know so much about the algae bloom. I haven't heard a lot about it. I know that it's still happening. We can't have tournaments there again for the Saguaro night tournament, so they're going to keep us off that lake one more time. And I understand. I'm all for it. One of my buddies said every once in a while you'll see a dead fish. I honestly don't think that the fish are dying there. I spent a lot of time there. I've never once have I seen like 20, 30 fish dead. I just haven't seen that. I know there's rumors out there that they've seen it. I just have never seen it. Either I know at Apache that was pretty bad, but at Saguaro, I've never seen it there. You see a dead carp every once in a while. See some bass every once in a while, but I've seen that throughout the last 12 years of guiding there. So I don't think that it's terrible. I still think that we need to make sure that we take care of the fish the best that we can. I can't get a picture. I can't get my camera out of my pocket fast enough to get a picture with the client's fish and get it back in the water. So I think that the golden algae is still like real up shallow, and that's the biggest concern of it. The main lake's like 85 degrees, but then the river's like 71 degrees. So I don't think it could grow up in the river, and I think that's why they're chasing bait a little bit and stuff like that. So it makes it a lot of fun. It's a beautiful lake, and it's just Mother Nature's way of doing whatever she's going to do. So once it gets through it, we'll get through it, and we'll just keep on going about our business. So, but I think that's it. Obviously we're going to just keep on plugging away and doing guide trips and do what we can do. So it makes it a lot of fun. So if you guys want to come out, let us know. So if there's any questions, no. So we'll have this guy come up and talk about some frog fishing, man. I've seen him out there a handful of times at Canyon when I've been out there, and I can hear him hooting and hollering around the corner, and you know what he's doing, so I can appreciate it. So.